Hey guys, Jim Bounds at Motorhome Rehab Ranch, and we're trying to beat the sun here. Yesterday I was on the phone with somebody, and we had a good conversation. And in the conversation, it was about door locks. He bought a coach and he had no door lock in it. Okay, we started the conversation, and I said, "Look, refer to a video I did about about straightening the doors." And he said, "Yeah, I saw that, but I have some other questions." And I thought they were real good questions, and I wanted to just focus on this latch assembly right here a little bit. Okay? My coach, JG, is a 73. I know that because there's a stainless steel plate right here. This plate adapts the pre-made door that was pre-stamped by General Motors for a Bargman latch. The Bargman latch was a single step latch where it didn't click twice like our doors do. They modified it. They changed before they put them out in production. Now, I had a couple of them that I've worked on that had the Bargman latch. The Bargman latch looks like an Airstream latch, if you take a look. All the doors were pre-cut because mass production says that you need all the parts for 1 year production line inventoried on the shelf, stacked, and ready to go to the assembly process the minute it's needed. Well, they stamped the first doors with the other latch. They put this stainless steel plate in here to adapt to this Kenworth latch, a GM type latch, a two snap latch. Actually, I worked on a coach, it's a baby blue 23 foot that had the original Bargman latch on it. Then I worked on a coach, number 52, it's in the UK now, that actually had an aluminum plate. It was like a sample plate. The end stainless steel plate was here. Now, somewhere over the years, the plate started to pop up and somebody put a lag bolt in it. You never know what you find in 50 years worth of stuff. Our question we were talking about, is the lock, okay? Now, in the 73s and 74s, this lock was a small key lock, like my 65 Chevy GM lock. In 75, they went with the longer key, like you have in the in the 80s. Even now almost. Well, now there's a button, but you know what I mean. That switch over, the tumbler, this lock mechanism changed. The earlier was a larger one. The later was a smaller diameter. You can't use a late model lock in an early model coach and vice versa and all this. And the late model locks are no longer available, okay? So if you have a problem with your lock, you need to have this lock done, or you can get with Jeff Serum at Alex Serum GMC or with GMC RV, formerly Applied, and they could probably furnish you with something. But if you have a lock and you don't have a key, then what you want to do is to take the lock out and have a locksmith make you a new key. And they can do that, all right? So the next question came on how to get it out. This brought up something that I have to tell you, because I promised a guy that this happened to that I would do this every time, all right? This door is a very, very secure door. If this latch right here does not undo, you can't get this door open. Even if you pop the pins, the door, if you want to bring it around here, the door is on this pin arrangement, and it won't come off because it's captured on this pin right here. Okay, so because of that, okay, to get this lock open, to get this latch assembly open, is a critical thing, because you could be locked in here. And I'll tell you what happened. You may see, I'll put a picture at the bottom of the video, you'll see it. But we built a coach, we put a Duramax turbo diesel in a 23-foot coach. Everything was new. We spent, gosh, $250,000 on that thing. And he came and picked it up, and he went south for his shakedown cruise. He said it was wonderful. People were stopping him on the street. But when he got down to Vero Beach, the door wouldn't open. Why? Because somewhere in the latch mechanism of 2 years worth of working on the thing, something came loose. You say, well, you just open the window and you go out. Well, we had had those custom windows made with the flippers at the bottom. Beautiful big window. He couldn't get out of the coach. The real problem. So we're talking on the phone. He pulled up to a Firestone and beeped the horn until somebody came out. And I had him pass an airline through the little window. And they cut this out right here. Okay? Then you can reach up in here and pop the latch right there. Okay? Without doing this, you cannot get this door open. Now, when we had the shop, there were two rules on the lot. One, never lock the door without the key. Two, never touch the emergency brake. That's a different story. But never lock the door without the key. We've had to break in coaches at the shop at night because somebody locked the door. I would never push this thing down, hold the handle, and shut it. Half the coaches, the early styles, won't do it. The late style models will. What's the difference? There's in this mechanism. I can't tell you what's happened, but I would never push this down and shut the door. Okay? Always use a key if you're going to leave. Now, if you're inside at night or something, that locks it. But I would never use this to lock the door if you're going to leave, because you want to make dadgum sure you have the key. Now, all that said, when that door jammed, honest, I tell you now, things happen. We've got to have a backup. With this metal plate on here, you cannot get to the back of the inside of this door to release that latch. You can't get in there. This metal is harder than woodpecker lips. Let me tell you. And you can't get this off without getting these 4 screws out. And these 4 screws are stuck into the jamb. So this metal plate will not come off when this door is shut. Now, I've had some people reach down in here with a coat hanger and wiggle around in here and grab something and open it. Yeah. But that's pretty speculative. So this guy's in Vero Beach. Firestone finally got him out. And I said, listen, I don't know what to tell you, but I will tell you this. It may not help you too much, but the knowledge of knowing that every time I build a coach, and you can check from 2010 maybe on, there is a opening cut right here. There'll be a plate over it, a little silicone on it. You don't need to get in it all the time. But the one time you need to get in there, brother, you need to get in there. You just rip that off and get in here and open this latch right here. Okay? So, my suggestion. And what he's going to do, he's going to pull this plate off, because he can get the door open. Pull this plate off. The way you pull the plate off, you pull the lower panel off, you pull the upper panel off. There'll be a row of screws here. Sometimes I put in rivets when we did restorations. There's another thing. The row of screws here, row of screws here. On the side here, you have 4 screws. Loosen these. Take these 2 out. The reason you loosen these is to keep the latch assembly in place. Take this out, and this metal panel will come off. He's going to pull out his lock assembly, take it down to a locksmith, have a new key made. Then while this is out, going to cut the C, leave about a ½ inch here, ½ inch here, and just make a square. It's easy to cover. You can cover a little panel on there, make it look cute. But the reason that's there is so you can get in here and you can do something. Okay? I told him yesterday that when we finished, I said I appreciate him bringing up this fact, and this is a subject that really everybody should understand and at least have some sort of a backup to get into this thing. Okay. All right. Listen. By the way, this shirt. This is a shout out to the pickle. In Atlanta, Georgia, there is a Palm Beach that is a food truck. Last time I talked to him, he was going to get a second coach going. And it's very, very good food, high quality food. Janie and I met this guy. We were at Folk Festival in Live Oak. What was the name of that folk festival? Live Oak Folk Festival. Magnolia Folk, yeah, Magnolia. And we're looking through there, you know, cotton candy and, you know, corn dogs and, you know, stuff like that. My stomach's going, well, I don't know. And whoa, there's a GMC, a green GMC motorhome. He's serving food out of. And it was really good food. It wasn't fried stuff, you know. I don't think it was squab or something, but I mean, it was, I can't remember what it was, but it was great food and a great guy. And I'm telling you, man, he had more people hanging around that motorhome. I guess he served a lot of food, but from the air, I'm sure that it was just a big crowd around that GMC. So go see him. If you're in Atlanta or you hear that the pickle's going to be in town, go see that boy. One last thing I wanted to talk about. A couple of videos ago, I talked about the inner CV bands or outer CV boots and the double wrap bands and all that kind of stuff. And I mentioned that if you couldn't find any double wrap bands, to give me a call, okay? Because I've got some of the raw materials and I can make these. These are 33-inch bands. You'll have enough drop from the inner band to actually put metal bands on your steering boot. So I offered that out. I have a couple of people wanting that. Earl, I got yours going out today. There were 2 other people that asked for this. If you ask me to send you 4 bands and a couple of these clips, it was $10 for 4 bands and 2 clips for your steering shaft. Give me a call, of course, plus shipping. Sorry, you know. And I found that I'm going to try now to go postal service, because just these in UPS, it was you know, $10 or $12 or something. It was crazy. It was as much as it cost. So we're going to try postal service this time. So Earl, I got your order. If you did not get any bands and you would like some, give me a call, text me, or call me, and I'll get you out. I've got them made up now. All right. So look, this is a very important thing. And I know you say, oh, I don't want to cut this door. Let me tell you, brother, if this latch, remember, it's a 50-year-old latch. How many 50-year-old locks do you have on your house? Okay, I'm serious, man. If this thing locks up, you got trouble. Mine's cut out. I even label it emergency door open. Sometimes Janie and I would loan our coach out to some folks, so I label everything so they can get out of the thing. All right, well, look, thank you for your time. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, hit like and subscribe and share others. Ranch hands, this is part of our database now. You have a problem with your door, it'll be listed under like exterior or door or something like that in our listing. All right, look, thanks for your time. We'll see you next time.